This is
Zac and Rita,
the podcast.
Hello, everybody,
to episode 50
of a podcast where we're together.
Woo!
No FaceTime episode.
This is officially episode 50, officially being recorded, officially in person on the official day when episode 50 should officially be recorded.
And we are officially doing fuck all to celebrate episode 50.
But it is still...
You know what?
It's still a celebration.
Fuck episode 50. Only losers celebrate episode 50. We will celebrate episode 69.
Or episode 52, because when you think about it, that's when we've done a full year of podcast. That is when...
span time of
that is
3 years.
Yes, but that is the day. In 2 weeks, it will be the time when you can officially listen to an episode of Zac and Rita, one episode a week for an entire year. And that's a pretty special moment.
So do we want to celebrate episode 52 as the big one?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
So the big one, episode 52. Are we promising this live on the podcast? Episode 52 is going
Will
to be...
be a massive celebration. Maybe crack open a bottle of Pinot Noir.
That's a joke that we made while planning the podcast. Why?
No,
Where'd you get Pinot Noir from?
Maybe I will actually bring a bottle of Pinot Noir.
Okay, so are we just going to celebrate our favourite things over the past 50?
Yeah. I reckon a nice $30 bottle of wine is good celebration for a year of podcast.
We'll get some plastic champagne. I'll buy some shit to deck out. Yeah, so we're actually going to...
We're going to celebrate episode 52.
You guys, get ready.
Get ready, bring your own. We're not providing you with...
It's
with
BYO.
We're not providing your plastic champagne flutes or Pinot Noir. You have to bring that yourself.
So between us, we now need to start planning for this now.
Yes.
Immediately after this podcast ends, we have to start thinking what's been our favourite things over the past 2 years. Pity that I haven't finished the Bible.
Well, we'll work it out.
We will work it out. Guys, get ready. 52 is going to be great, but we're here for episode 50. So I just like to...
So just to preface, this episode is not a celebration at all.
Nothing special. You did not hear me do this. Never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've got the shit from Men in Black. It's wiped from your memory. Pew, pew.
I've never watched Men in Black. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like a thing that they use when people see aliens to make them forget that they saw the aliens.
Okay, the air horn is an alien. It's been an eventful week. I have made an addition to the podcast set. I have my negative COVID-19 rapid antigen test because I came in contact with another probable COVID case. Except this time, they don't have their fucking results because the testing situation is shit.
How did you get one of those?
My local chemist warehouse, I was walking past and there was a queue out the door and I was like, rapid tests.
Right, yeah. I literally I haven't seen them in a month. They've been sold out everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have them somehow.
Anyway,
So I just wanted to say, if you manage to get your rapid test, you should bring a negative rapid test to the podcast if you ever get one.
I'll do that if
you ever get your hand on.
I'm really bad. Okay, so yeah. I guess I should start off with I wasn't going to be here for this episode.
We could have just done an entire episode just pretending as if we didn't promise a FaceTime episode. Which, to be completely
Even though
fair...
I would be talking about, shit related to the holiday, so it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense.
To be completely fair, don't complain that you're not getting a FaceTime episode. This is 20 times better. We're in person and it's going to be a normal-sized episode,
So I was meant to be on holiday until next Saturday. Today is Sunday. I came back on Thursday.
So, for anyone playing along at home, Rita's back early.
Yes, and a significant amount, 11 days early or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about why. That's not important.
I don't even know.
It's personal reasons, but I can still talk about content related to my very short journey to Queensland.
It's content, so it works.
Mainly, this was the third time in my adult life that I've taken an aircraft anywhere.
Which is really surprising to believe.
And even as a child, we never took planes on holidays. I think the last time I took a plane. Like, I have a very vague memory of it. I might have been like 7 or some shit. Like, I was really young.
That is...
So there was like I don't know, like a 10-year gap between
12-year gap.
I think I took a plane when I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go when you were 17?
I went up to Newcastle to visit my grandpa.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
So anyway, needless to say, I don't have...
Wait. Why did you have a... Sorry, this has just come back to my head. When you went to Newcastle, you bought a DVD player.
What?
Do you remember that? There was just... Okay, this is really off topic. There was just a series where you just kept sending me photos of you with a DVD player in a box driving through Newcastle and Queensland. Do you remember that?
No.
Move on.
I have no idea. Okay, well, now I'm very confused. Just threw me the fuck off. Look, the point is, I don't have much experience catching aircrafts. I don't have much experience rocking up to airports for the purpose of getting on airplanes.
Yeah?
So and that one time that I flew up to Newcastle, I had no checked baggage. So
Yeah.
this flight came included with 23 kilos of checked baggage.
Which is a lot.
And
Check all your baggage.
so obviously I brought stuff with me.
Yeah. Oh, well, as you would.
But I rocked up to the airport with like not nearly as much time as I originally intended to rock up like 2 hours before the flight because I was like, well, I don't know, COVID shit might be going on and I also don't know how checking in baggage works. So I'll just leave myself with a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I rocked up with like less than an hour till my flight left because nothing went right that day that I was leaving.
That is not a good start.
I woke up, okay, I'm going to go a bit off topic here because I woke up in a regional Victorian town because I had been at I'd been doing New Year's stuff the night before in regional Victoria.
Not a good start. How far away from the airport were you?
Very far, but like I had to get back home, take my lizard to my friend's house. There was like a whole lot of shit that had to happen. I walked to the station in this regional town. I go to the platform where trains are meant to depart from. It's got the dreaded sign, no trains departing in the next 2 hours.
And for a regional kid, you know how bad that is. Or it's just a sign that says, head to bus bay.
There's no bus replacements either. It just says there's nothing.
Wait, so what did you do?
I stood there for a while being like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? I'm going to miss my flight. What the fuck is going on? And then eventually I was like, well, fuck, I guess I got to call PTV. So I called PTV and they were like, it was my only option.
Were there no taxis?
This was like regional. Like I tried to book an Uber. I couldn't get one.
I mean, you don't, yeah. It's hard when I don't know where you are in regional Victoria. Can you drop location drop or is it too regional?
I forget what the place was called. It
What
was
line?
like, it was near Riddles Creek, but it was like one stop out of Riddles Creek.
Never heard of
Bendigo
Riddles Creek.
line.
Bendigo line. And Bendigo, does Bendigo even have Ubers?
This was like nowhere near Bendigo. This was like maybe halfway down Bendigo line. This was still within like 25 minutes drive from Sunbury, but I couldn't get an Uber.
Yeah, fuck.
So I had to call up PTV to just find out if there was a train coming.
Yeah.
And it was like extreme weather speed restrictions as well.
Oh, no.
But I called them up and they were like, yes, there'll definitely be a train. I'd rocked up like 10 minutes early for the train I was meant to be catching. That train just didn't exist. So I had to wait for the next train, which he assured me was going to be arriving. And I was like, well, there's not really much I can do. I just have to trust that this train is coming.
Yeah, I have never trusted the dudes on the PTV line ever. Sorry, PTV. They are so fucking unreliable. One time I had a friend who was trying to catch the Apollo Bay Road coach from Geelong.
Yeah.
But they were in Melbourne and the connecting train got cancelled. And we were assured by platform staff that they would call up Geelong Station and hold the Apollo Bay Road coach for my friend. Then we went to the ticketing office at V-Line and they called up Geelong Station in front of us and said, we will hold this bus for you. My friend got to Geelong Station and they hadn't held the bus.
Lol.
And that bus like departs once every 6 hours. So my friend had to wait 6 hours until a fucking 10 p.m. bus.
Yeah. So PTV is awful, but the train did arrive.
Oh, that's good.
I got home. I packed my bags. I fucking booked an Uber to... Now I'm just telling the whole... I might as well just tell the whole story at this point.
I don't know what else you're doing.
I booked an Uber to take my pet lizard Fiona to my friend's house because my friend was going to be looking after her while I'm in Queensland. And I booked the Uber and the Uber gets there and they're like, No.
No taking the lizard.
No taking the lizard's enclosure because they were like, it won't fit. And I was like, yeah, well,
We've done a 65-inch TV in an Uber before.
I was like, it will fit in the back seat. I've put it in there before. And they're like, oh, you can try. And sure enough, I feel like it would have fit, but I didn't want to damage their car. I was like...
So it didn't fit.
So, I had to book an Uber XL.
Oh, no.
But I got charged the $8 fee for that Uber coming out. And then I had to pay like $20 more than I was originally going to pay for the Uber. But I didn't care by this point. I was like, I'm not risking
Missing
not
a
getting
flight.
there.
Yeah.
So I did that. It all went fine. And then, anyway, basically, I left for my flight. I got to Southern Cross. I took the Sky Bus. Everything was going fine.
How good's the Sky Bus?
Sky Bus is very good.
I love the Sky Bus.
But I'm always pissed off because I never get the top deck seat right at the front where it feels like you're flying.
I got it once.
It's so
the
good.
best thing I've ever done in my life.
So good.
Like, what I want to set up a camera with a tripod and then just record it.
Yeah.
On time lapse, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's $19 for a Sky Bus. It's not worth it.
So basically, I get to the airport with like an hour basically till my flight leaves.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do, so I walk in, and I'm at the right place. I walk into the Virgin entry,
Yeah.
and it's like baggage claim, and I don't know what baggage claim means.
No,
I'm
you
like, wait,
idiot.
is this where I drop my baggage off?
Like the little... Oh, no, that's where the baggage comes
It's
out.
where the conveyor belts are, and I thought that was where my baggage got dropped off. So I started lining up behind these people who had clearly, like, I realized after they had like not received their baggage, and they were lining up to be like, where the fuck are my bags?
You idiot. I mean,
But
it makes sense for
basically-
someone who's never checked in baggage before. But
Basically, this guy was standing there talking to them for ages, and the woman behind me in line was like shaking her head and like talking under her breath. And I was like, clearly this is a line for people who are really pissed off. I don't think I'm meant to be here. Like, this is a line for Karens. That's what it felt like. So I fucking, like, I look over to my left and I see it. There was just these two people, and it was like oversized baggage. And I'm like, well, clearly that's not where I'm meant to go either. But I just walked over to these people. I'm like, I've never done this before. Where do I take my bags? And they're like, oh yeah, it's upstairs. So
that's nice of them.
so I went upstairs, and I had already actually been there because I was like, this probably isn't where I'm meant to be. And I was like, look, walking around upstairs, like aimlessly trying to find
And
where I
it's
was meant
not
to go.
helpful now with COVID. You do it all yourself. Did you have to do it yourself, or did you go to a desk?
I liked that I had to do it myself.
Oh yeah, but it's not helpful for you that's never done it before.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed doing it myself when I went to Tasmania early in the year as well.
Anyway, like I went up the escalators. It turned out like there was just one escalator that I hadn't gone up, and that was where the whole area was. Oh wait, no, I'm forgetting a vital piece of information. That's not the dumb thing that I did. Stumbling around for a while, not working out where to check my baggage in. The dumb thing that I did was I went straight into the terminal without checking my bags in. I chucked my checked bag onto the conveyor belt.
You idiot.
And the guy was like, oh, do you have your boarding pass? I'm like, yeah. He's like, have you checked your bags? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, you got to do that first.
You absolute. I mean, I feel bad calling you an idiot if you've never done it before, but
Yeah, I just chucked everything on the part where
I would
you
have been so pissed off if I was traveling with you. Like,
I mean, if you were traveling with me, you would have not allowed me to do that.
yeah, good point. Yeah, but your dumbness would have really pissed me off.
So anyway, I worked out where it was. I checked my bags in. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. I got on the flight. Everything was fine. And that's pretty much the story. The story is I'm a dumb cunt.
Well, at least you managed to get on the plane. That's a pretty good start.
I mean, it was very simple once I might put some videos in because I filmed a lot of this.
Do we want to put videos in, or do you want to do like a...
No, there's not because I came back early. Like, I'm not making the video I was originally going to make.
Yeah,
so I might
okay.
just put videos in of all of this shit.
I'm just thinking of we don't want to interrupt the podcast for video viewers that might not.
Oh, no,
wanna
like,
see
it'll
it.
just go over the top.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was about to say we don't want to cut the podcast and to like make it extra double length.
But yeah, the airport's a lot of fun. I love, like, putting my bag onto the conveyor belt and waving goodbye to it. I actually waved goodbye to it.
Okay. One time I was traveling for school. We went from Melbourne to Sydney for band, and it was 4 a.m. because we had to catch the cheapest fucking flight.
Yeah.
And my checked bag tripped off the entire security thing at Melbourne Airport, and they had to restart the entire system because my bag like broke the conveyor belt, and I think they had junior staff on or whatever, so they just decided to restart the entire system. We were waiting there for like an hour.
I do have something related to that at the end, but that's not till the end.
Okay. Well, Rita, the year. The year 2021?
2022?
2021. It happened. This
It
is
happened.
the first episode we've done in 2022. Happy New Year to everyone. I mean, first episode that we've recorded in the new year. I haven't spoken to you since last year.
Yeah.
And do you remember what I was doing last year? I was keeping a track of all my shits and poos.
Oh.
So this is
Shits and poos.
shit content. Now, I actually made that opener like at the start of last year and completely forgot it existed.
So you never used the opener that you made?
I think
for
I
the
used it
segment?
once.
Oh, yeah.
So, for anyone that's a bit confused, last year, at the start of last year, I saw a Reddit post on r/starter is beautiful, which is a lovely subreddit if you ever bored on Reddit.
Data is beautiful.
It is beautiful. And some dude had tracked how many poos he did for a year. And I was like, that's so funny, but I also poo and wee a lot. So I'm just going to do that. So across the entire year, I wrote down every single shit and piss that I did.
I'm like mainly curious about the shits because if it's more than double 365, I'm going to be like concerned.
So I wrote down what at the exact time, the day, the month, and for the poo, the type of poo on there's a stool chart. Bristol's stool chart is a legitimate thing where you can rank the texture of your shit. And I wrote that down for every single shit I did last year. And then I also did the same for the wheeze, except instead
I
of
thought you just recorded them. I didn't know you fucking did that.
I also did the duration of the wee, and on May 16, I've written next to it probably the longest piss of the year. So at 8:45 a.m. on May 16th, I think I did my longest piss of the year. So I'm just trying to prolong it. We caught up on this in January, and you were pretty shocked at the fact that I did 7 poos in one day and 18 pisses.
Because it doesn't sound possible.
And they, to this date, remain the record. I never did more than 7 pisses in a day, and I never did more than 18 wheeze in a day. So January was a big hit.
You just did the same thing. You said pisses and then wheeze.
Fuck. There's too many words. I never did more than 7 poos and never did more than 18 wheeze. I dipped throughout the middle of the year, and then it rose back up. Rita, for an average of 9.27 Ps a day, I did 3,384 pisses in 2021.
Now, I want to know how many I did because I want to know if that's insane. That must be insane, right?
I challenge you to record it. It is more than insane.
Like, that's almost 10 a day.
yes.
That's fucked.
That's like an hour for every waking hour if you're in bed for half the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my poos unfortunately dipped off throughout the rest of the year.
Unfortunately. How is that unfortunate?
It's unfortunate for the content. For an average of 1.84 a day, I did 670 poos in 2021.
Okay, that's not bad.
And then if you want to look, I'll give this to Reddit to look on screen. This is an every day of the year, a graph of how many poos and wheeze I did.
That's pretty cool. Not many people could say they have that graph.
And then a 7-day average to see where the trends are. I don't know what happened here in November where there's just a random spike for a week. And in December, see that bottom thing there?
Yeah.
That's when I was in isolation with having COVID.
Right.
I won't use the name but yeah, I think I was so sad that I just didn't piss. Anyways, that's that. Oh, one last
Are we
thing.
putting that graph up on screen?
Yeah, I'll give the graph. I'll give the graph. It's on screen. I'll give you the graph. I also, because I was counting at what hour I did the poos and wheeze, I can tell you what hours were my most prominent to do a poo or a wee.
That's pretty cool.
Take a guess, Rita. When do you think I did the most poos? What hour do you reckon was the most prominent poo?
Surely it's in the morning.
Okay, so give me an approximation.
I don't know when you get up, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't help.
10 a.m.?
No, you're completely wrong. My most prominent poo was at 9 o'clock. I did 69 poos at 9 o'clock.
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was very much the same for wees, with my most prominent wee being at 10 p.m.
Did you miss any, or did you
235.
record every single one?
To my best knowledge, I did not miss a single poo or wee for the year.
That's
it's pretty
actually-
hard if you've forgotten about it, you won't know if you've missed it or not. But I'm pretty confident I recorded.
That's crazy to think that you did. Are you doing it this year?
No.
Good.
After I was like,
That is insanity.
yeah, exactly. It was New Year's Day and I was recording a few of them and I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this again.
Are you posting this on the Reddit that you originally
I don't
started?
know. I feel like I didn't really do it for the Reddit clout. I did it for my clout. Like just for me, internalized clout.
That's so weird.
Okay.
That's so weird. You did it to impress yourself.
One last thing. Do you reckon there was an hour where I didn't poo? Or do you reckon I pooed in every hour of the day from 12 a.m. to 11 p.m.? Do you reckon I was able to poo in every hour?
I mean, surely you wouldn't have pooed at like 4 in the morning.
Bang on. I pooed in every hour of the day except for 4 a.m.
Oh, I actually guessed it. Fuck.
There was literally, I had a mini challenge for myself. It was the 4 a.m. poo.
And you couldn't do it?
I couldn't do it. There were multiple. So I thought 4 a.m. poo sounds pretty unlikely.
Do you reckon that's like a biological thing?
No, I think it was just I'm not awake at 4 a.m.
Oh, so it wasn't like you tried to get up and shit.
Oh,
but you
no.
couldn't shit.
So throughout the year, I watched a lot of international sport
Yeah.
that happened in the middle of the night. And I was like, if I have a snack at the start of it, there is a likelihood that the 4 a.m. poo could be achieved. And I watched the Euros, the Cricket World Cup, and heaps of international soccer. All of them go through the 4 a.m. hour. Missed it every single time. The
You
closest
should have just taken a bunch of laxatives at 3:59.
The closest I got was during the last game that was on, the last international sports game that was on overnight. It was Australia versus China, I think, and it went from 2 till 5. And at 3:45, I had diarrhea, and all of my poo left me.
You couldn't hold it in?
I couldn't hold it in.
Okay, can we stop talking about your shit?
So,
What time are we up to?
oh, we're at 22 minutes. We can stop the recording in a second. We'll pause it. And I managed to do a pee in every hour, though.
Nice.
And that was shit content. We'll be back right after this.
Big fat dicks.
Or
Oh, yeah. Play that.
Bought 10 slabs of beer.
You bought a giant cardboard cutout of Zac?
Your net bank account balance is $0 and 0 cents.
Oh, no.
Rita.
What did you buy this week?
Well, let's find out, Zac, because this is Rita's Bad Financial Decisions.
I haven't acknowledged it yet, have I?
acknowledged what? Oh, that you're wearing...
That I'm literally wearing a uniform for Deliveroo.
No. Yeah, you've rocked up. You rocked up wearing a Lime helmet, Deliveroo stuff, and a Deliveroo bag. Did I need to bleep that you're wearing a Lime helmet?
No, that's fine.
Cool. You rocked up
Yeah,
today.
the cops are going to be after me because I took a fucking helmet off a Lime bike.
I don't know. Lime might be after you. You rocked up in Deliveroo outfit. There's been noted you've rocked up plenty of times before in your KFC gear. Not once in your Deliveroo gear. Are we allowed to still mention KFC? You looked at me as if, oh, don't mention KFC.
No comment. Anyway, no, I started doing Deliveroo like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and you literally rocked up and said it's the best decision you've ever made in your life.
Yeah, it is. Look, basically, Friday I was riding for Deliveroo, and it was very rainy on Friday. Like there was a point. I'll put the video up on screen right now from that I put on my Snapchat. It was like fucked. Like it was like mini, like kind of like flash flooding. Like that, there was water pouring down the fucking streets.
Yeah, it was hectic. You told me to re-download Snapchat just to see it, and it was... For anyone in the Melbourne area, you wouldn't know how bad the weather was on Friday. This is Friday, the 7th, I think. It was just horrific.
And I was riding through that in shorts.
How? Why weren't you wearing jeans or pants?
Because I wore shorts when I left that morning. And
You idiot.
so yesterday morning I started and I was like, well, fuck, I'm not wearing shorts. So I went and I spent all of my money on a pair of shoes because my shoes were fucking soaked.
Fuck, I'm not wearing shorts. I'll just buy shoes.
Okay. Wait, give me a fucking moment.
No, I
Zach.
can't. You had an opportunity to speak about it. You moved on.
Because my shoes were soaked in water too.
Yeah.
So I bought new shoes and pants. I spent all my money. And I just got, so I spent $90 on these pants that I'm wearing right now. And I spent...
Really?
Yeah.
They do not look worth it. I'm sorry.
And I spent $130 on shoes. And here is the kicker. They don't fit.
Why didn't you try the shoes on before you bought them?
Yeah, the lady in the store was wondering that too. She was like, do you want to try them on? I was like, no, and I've never seen someone give me a more disapproving, oh, all right.
And now you're paying the price for that. You are
Because-
legitimately paying the price for shoes.
I know in Nikes, I fit every 12 in Nikes. I asked for a 12. She gave me a 10.
Why didn't you check that?
That should have been, she should fucking have gotten the shoes that I asked for.
Does the box say 12 on it?
No, the box says 10.
So you didn't even look.
I didn't look until I'd already left.
Oh my God, Rita.
But
Wow.
I got to the bathroom and I did look before I put the shoes on and I didn't return them. I was like, oh, she'll be right. So it is 100% my fault because I could have taken them back before I even put them on.
That really annoying. It's not a bad financial decision. That's a bad life decision.
Yeah, and now I have to sell the shoes and I'm buying new shoes tomorrow. But it's okay
mate.
because these shoes were such an impulse purchase. I didn't even want these shoes.
Why? So what did you want them for?
I wanted
No.
I wanted new shoes. I didn't want these shoes.
But why did you get them?
Because the shoes that I wanted were a bit more expensive. So now I'm paying for these shoes and the new shoes.
Oh, you idiot. Please tell me you're able to sell them.
I haven't listed them yet, but they still have, I wore them for one day. They've still got the new shoe smell, but I don't have the box.
Where did the box go?
I threw the box in a bin with my old shoes.
Oh, you are a fucking idiot.
Because I couldn't carry the box around. I was delivering food.
Mate. Oh my God.
Anyway, the main point is I just got back from Queensland. So obviously there's no food in my fucking fridge. I spent all my money on these pants and these shoes. Shoes that I can't even wear. And now I can't buy groceries until tomorrow.
Doesn't sound like bad financial decisions. This sounds like my life is a mess.
Well, my life very much is a mess right now.
In the most respectful way. You don't have shoes and you don't have fucking groceries.
I'm fucking going to be delivering in Doc Martens today. These are not delivery driver shoes.
What are delivery driver shoes? Just Nike runners.
No. I bought those shoes yesterday because I don't want to do deliveries. Like I want to kind of look cool when I'm delivering food.
Yeah.
But I didn't those shoes looked all right, but they were basically just shittier looking 90s and I just wanted 90s. So tomorrow I'm buying 90s, but they're like
I don't know what 90s look like, but
they're just like the classic Air Maxes that you see everyone in.
Still don't know them. You should get fashion and me are just two
How
circles
can you
that
not
do
know
not
what
have a
fucking
vent.
Air Max 90? They're like the most cliche fucking Nike shoe. Like you would know them. They're like the Nike shoe that everyone fucking has.
I thought
The one with the air bubble that everyone has.
TNs were the Nike, the cliche.
No, TNs are the ones that Eshays wear.
Yeah, I thought they were the cliche ones though.
No, they're the cliche ones for Eshays. Like just the most
I
generic
recognize the-
Nike shoe.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
I need to show you a photo.
Well, okay. So I was just gonna say you should get runners that are blue and have silver highlight. On
I
them
did
so
wanna
you can
get-
match your delivery.
I wanted to
uniform.
get shit that matched. It'll probably be easier with shoes, but I could not find pants that match this color.
Do Deliveroo not sell pants?
Oh, they might actually.
I think they do because I swear I've seen.
I only have. They gave me this for free, and they gave me the bag for free.
That's not bad. Did you have to pay for the t-shirt?
No. They gave it all for free.
Well, you should invest in pants. That would look funny. You just being
will.
because you will inadvertently rock up to another podcast in your Deliveroo gear.
I will check their shop and see if I can buy those. Yeah, these. I mean, that's a weird colorway, but these. Surely you know those shoes.
I mean, I recognize the Air Max brand, but I don't. No, I don't look. No, those shoes do not visually ring a bell. Oh, come on! I don't know anything about fashion. I just wear shit.
Yeah, but like those.
Nah.
All right.
Like, I know when I'm shopping for shoes, which is not often, to just avoid the brands that are popular because I don't want to accidentally buy an Eshe shoe.
Well, Eshe's only wear like Asics and TNs, so you're pretty safe. Just don't wear Asics because who the fuck wants to wear Asics?
Asics and New Balance.
Like literally no, but Asics have become cool somehow, and I don't know.
I'm just going to be completely honest here. I don't know how shoes can be cool.
Okay, well,
I don't know how.
We
I don't know
differ
how
there.
we as society got to the point where shoes actually was something that, like, Doc Martens are like an alt thing to wear, but they're just shoes. How can they be alt?
because it's the style of them.
Yeah, but I don't understand. But like, they're just shoes. Like, it's just.
This take makes me so fucking mad.
I have pretty shit takes when it comes to clothing and fit and like styles, but I just don't think it matters.
How does it? How is it different to any other fashion? They can look different, therefore they can have different styles. Therefore, like
I look at it as like everything else takes up such prominent space on your body.
yeah,
Shoes
but like
just go on your
when I
feet.
look at someone, the first thing I look at is their shoes.
That's real. That you've got a feet problem, bro. No, okay, so it takes up the most retail space. It takes up the least retail space. Sorry, like if you think about it, feet, they're not a big proportion.
yeah, but
of
you
your
want to treat your feet well. They get you places.
body. Okay, but so why does it need to be fashionable?
No, you want them to look good too.
No, but like so. Your
No, because
your,
if
no, your
you
t-shirts don't get dirty. Your jackets, your jumpers, they don't get dirty. Your pants don't really get dirty. You are actively the only contact that is on the ground daily is your shoes. So
But
why
Zach,
the fuck
if
should
you-
they matter?
No, but if you have like a really nice outfit,
Yeah.
if your shoes don't match that outfit, it will just ruin the outfit.
Okay, I understand why the shoes have to match an outfit, but I don't understand why can't everything just match an outfit?
Because that's not how fashion works.
It's just
Zach.
too hard to comprehend. I don't have the mental capabilities to process that.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Doesn't make sense to me.
What is the plant, Zach?
The plant, Rita. We have a podcast.
We do. Oh, is it that plant?
That plant. I have accidentally dubbed only to myself that plant as the podcast plant. Whenever I think of that plant, I'm like, fuck, got to water the podcast plant. Because I've got a few plants around my apartment, not a heap, but I've got a few. If any of them die,
I just realized this has little clippy things.
pretty cool. If any of the plants die, it doesn't really matter. This one, people are going to see it.
That plant cannot die.
Exactly.
It
So
must be protected.
do you have some sort of... Would you be mad if I killed the podcast plant? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think the viewers and the listeners would be mad if you killed the podcast plant.
Would you be...
I honestly think, and I'm going to bet money on this right now.
Yeah.
I think if the podcast plant dies, the podcast might die.
Okay, well, I hate to break it to you, but I've been fucking risking the podcast's life the past month.
Oh, Zach, what have you done? Have you not been watering it?
Well, so I haven't been in Melbourne to water
And
the podcast
you don't
plant.
pay a gardener to come here and water the podcast
Thank
plant.
you. So, the first time I left the podcast plant, I left it in my bathroom in a sink in water. So it had constant access to water. And then I had to go into isolation because I came into contact with a COVID case. And I spent 2 weeks away from the podcast plant. Was being watered, but fuck did it receive zero sunlight in the bathroom.
Imagine if we actually paid a gardener to come and just water that.
I'm not paying someone access to literally just water the podcast plant. Anyways, I come back, half of it is brown.
And you brought it back to life?
I've trimmed off all the brown parts.
Oh, so you just destroyed the evidence.
I mean, it would look better. It looks better now with less leaves than it would half brown. Anyways, I fixed it. I'm like, recovered, fixed the situation. We recorded episodes. Last week's episodes were it after I had massacred it the first time. Then I left it right there in front of the sunlight when I went back to Aries.
How long did you go to Aries for?
Like a week.
Yeah.
Came back, I had sunlight but didn't have water. So it also died out again. So I did my trimmings, and now this is what we're left with. A podcast plant that looks pretty alive, but I tell you, it was so close to fucking dying.
I honestly don't remember how much bigger it was before. Like, if you hadn't have told me that, I wouldn't have realized.
Well, I mean,
Was it significantly different looking before?
It wasn't bigger per se, but it was bushier. There were more leaves on the inside. It was fuller. Does that make sense?
So are you saying we should get a new podcast plant?
No, I'm just saying this podcast plant is very high maintenance and it's a bit annoying.
Well, any plant is going to have that attribute unless we get like a...
That one isn't, and neither are the two in my bedroom. Like, none of the other plants...
Yeah, but they're not nice. They're not as nice looking.
Like, that one... None of the... I mean, you've seen all the plants in my apartment. None of them are as nice as this.
What if we just got a big old cactus?
I don't think that's very podcast planty. We can go podcast plant shopping.
Podcast succulent?
Nah, I just feel like a podcast suck. Okay, podcasts suck. Now that. Something could do. No, okay, so I just feel like the podcast plant has to take up a lot of space because if it wasn't there, nothing would be there.
We could replace it with something else.
Like what?
Like a fake plant.
But that's still a plant. What I'm trying to say is...
But maybe if the plant is fake, the podcast is fake too.
Ooh, we won't show up. Because we won't do
It's just two mannequins dressed as us.
We're just calling in. I don't know where I would call in from. This is where I live.
No, it's just 50 minutes of silence with subtitles. We like do an episode, but we just write it as subtitles.
The visual episode. Okay, so what I was trying to say is the podcast plant, it has to take up space. So if we were to get a new one, we have to shop for something that takes up space. But I'm happy with what we've got.
Yeah, as long as you don't kill it, I think we're fine.
I hope to never one day kill it. We've also got the Queen and my rapid antigen test.
Yeah, and I'm sure more things over time one day.
Yeah. That's all I had to talk about the podcast plant. I just want to update you that I nearly killed the podcast plant. Do you want to talk about Macca's? We can skip it. I've got something else to talk about if you want.
Literally, like, all I was going to say is I'm not a big fan of Macca's.
Yeah?
Like,
Neither?
in fact, I'm, like, the opposite of a fan of Macca's. Like, I actively...
It's not. It's overrated. For some reason, it's got a cult following in Australia when it has no reason to because it's actually just shit. And Hungry Jack's and KFC are much better.
I actively dislike Macca's, but you know what? Macca's is all there is at the airport.
Yeah. Well, it's because it caters to the international people who are used to Macca's being good. Well, it is good because that's what all they've got.
I had Macca's before my flight to Melbourne and before my flight to Brisbane. Both times I was like, wow, this is pretty fucking nice. I actually
enjoyed your McDonald's.
I really enjoyed it. And I don't know if it was just because I was about to get on a flight and it was all that was there, but I really liked it.
What about it? What did you have? Because I'm convinced the beef burgers at McDonald's are nothing special.
On the way there, I had a bacon Big Mac. But
I really don't think Big Macs are as good as everyone says they are. Like I have them a fair bit, but no.
The bacon Big Mac wasn't that good, but what I had on the way back, I'm telling you, this Macca's burger was like a restaurant quality burger. It was fucking nice. But it wasn't like, it was like so it was the Mighty Angus or whatever they call it. You know,
I thought that was a Hungry Jack's thing.
No, it's a Macca's thing. Or the Grand Angus, or whatever they call it. It's like it's like a more gourmet Macca's burger. Yeah. I got that. I added bacon to it. I added more cheese to it, I think. I added another beef patty to it. I had like a bunch. I like made this burger cost like $6 extra.
Oh my God.
And I got it in a meal with fucking nuggets. That's another thing. Macca's have really good chicken nuggets.
No, they do not.
No, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they.
No, they actually do not.
I think nuggets, very overrated in general.
Oh, 100%.
Nuggets, like people who obsess over fast food nuggets, you don't have taste. But in terms of fast food nuggets, Macca's have the best ones.
Yeah. Oh, no way.
Who has the best then?
Well, KFC don't do nuggets, do they?
No, we do nuggets, but they're shit.
Okay, I honestly think...
And Hungry Jack's...
Hungry Jack's have good nuggets.
Okay, well, the one time I had them, they were fucking stale and they tasted like dog shit. Have you had Macca's nuggets,
Yes.
though?
I've had Macca's nuggets
But
plenty of times.
Macca's nuggets cannot be beaten based on the fact that they have the best sauce selection.
Okay, but that's not the nuggets. That's the sauce.
Okay, but I also think the nuggets are really good. I've
so
only had...
Macca's nuggets, I just find them like cardboard. Like they actually feel like cardboard.
I disagree. I think they taste really nice. Anyway, that's not the point. This fucking burger, man, it was so good.
Have you tried? I need you to try my McSpicy hack that I told you about.
What was your McSpicy
For
hack?
fuck's sake. You get a McSpicy, you go into the touchscreen menu, you add a second fillet, and you add 2 slices of cheese.
Oh, yeah, and you were like, it's better than a Zinger Stacker.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Can you actually try that?
I will actually try.
Okay, Rita. I was on a V-line. V-lines have quiet carriages.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the signs that say quiet carriage, it says right underneath it, we will not enforce this. So V-line don't enforce quiet carriage. So I never sit in the quiet carriage to be quiet for quietness. So I don't sit in the quiet carriage.
Yeah.
I was not in the quiet carriage when this happened. I don't know why I was talking about the quiet carriage.
Yeah, why did you start talking about the...
I don't know, just a bit of fact. Anyways,
By the way, guys, V-lines have quiet carriages. Nothing is in place to make you actually follow the rules.
so I was sitting in a normal carriage, and this grandma and her grandchild rock up, and they sit opposite me in the row. And the grandma sits down, looks out the window, pulls out her phone, gives it to the grandchild. The grandchild hops on TikTok. And then the following is 10 seconds of what I heard for 5.5 minutes. There is a 5.5 minute audio file on my phone, and it's the exact same shit for all 5.5 minutes. Have a listen to this. The child listened to the exact same fucking TikTok for 5.5 minutes.
What was the TikTok?
It was... Okay, I know you don't watch TikToks. It's very hard to explain. It's someone playing one of those games where you remodel someone. So you know those games where you give someone a makeover?
Yeah.
Someone screen recorded them playing them doing a makeover, put it on TikTok, put a TikTok sound of Off With Your Hair, Heads Will Roll by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. That's the song in the background. And it looped for 5.5 minutes. The grandma did not give anything to...
So surely this child's like 3.
Yes.
So why is this child on fucking TikTok?
Why is this child allowed... Why did
Go
no
on
one
a phone
fucking...
at all. I honestly don't. I fucking, whenever I see like a parent giving their like 3, 4, even like 5-year-old child their phone, I get so pissed off.
I understand that you might want to distract them. How did the grandma not get fucking sick? She was sitting next to it. I had noise cancellation on across the row and I could still hear it. So I was like, I have to whip this out, talk about it on the podcast. So fucking annoying. She moves on. She finally learns how to fucking scroll, which she had to have known if the grandma was openly putting TikTok on for the child. There were audio. So on TikTok, there's a fair few wild audios that somehow don't get deleted, including like sex sounds.
Yeah.
Moaning. This video, and I did not look, popped up with sex sounds, and a 3-year-old child was on the train watching it on TikTok. And I was like, what the fuck? And the grandma did fuck all about it. It's like she could not, maybe she didn't know what was happening. Maybe she couldn't hear it.
I mean,
Maybe the grandma had hearing aids, just dialed them down for an entire train trip.
I'd probably do that if I was a grandparent. It's not my child. I don't give a fuck.
But you're in responsibility of the child and you're letting them watch TikToks.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given the kid the phone in the first place.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then, because I had noise cancellation on for the entire train, I forgot I was on a train and then I farted. I did a really loud fart. So if you were on a V-line train that had a 3-year-old...
I forgot you were on a train.
Yes! Like, I had noise cancellation and I was just thriving, living my life. And then I was just like, got to let one rip. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm on a train. It was so loud, I heard it through my noise cancellation. So I'm sure other people heard it. So if you were on that V-line train, I am sorry.
That is...
It didn't stink though, which is good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of the fucking flight back. I was sat next to this couple, right?
Yeah.
And I'm convinced they thought I was farting through the whole flight. But it wasn't me.
What?
No, because there was like a fart every couple minutes.
That's bad.
Yeah, it was.
Someone ate beans.
It
Once I
was.
ate an entire can of beans before work and I spent an entire 8-hour shift farting.
It was disgusting, Zach. Every few minutes, I just like stopped breathing.
Ew. Ew, that's probably worse than COVID.
That flight back was like awful. My AirPods run out, a baby starts crying. We had the
Oh,
worst
no.
fucking turbulence ever.
And it was all because your flight was early. Yeah. How important is the last two staff? Because we've just hit 45 minutes.
No, not really important.
Do we want to say goodbye?
Yeah, this has been an episode. I am hungry. I got to go to work. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
You can keep in touch with the show anytime by emailing us, zacandritashow@gmail.com.
You can find us, Zac and Rita Show, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
All right, see you guys next week.